Okay, so I'm going to create one more tab here. So this is summary dashboard, I can say. Okay, so this is summary dashboard, and this is product analysis report, and this is control sales. Okay, so I'm going to add one more report here. The report name I am giving sales analysis. So you can see here, build visuals with your data. Select or drag fields from the fields pane onto report canvas. Anybody? Fine. So this is canvas, right? So this place where we are doing development activity, this is canvas. So this is visualization pane, this is field pane. Okay, so drag and drop in the sense just like this. Okay, I'm just dragging this column into this. Okay, to delete this, just delete. Okay, now I'm selecting table format visualization here. Okay, so I'm keeping like this. So I'm selecting few fields for this report to do some analysis. So I'm selecting here category name, sorry, select this category, so remove this side of this. Okay, so I'm selecting this visualization. So which one? This one, it's a highlighting, right? Table. So I'm selecting here category name for this visuals, city. So it's not supporting because there is a connection issue between these two tables. Okay, next I'm selecting here, so this also not. So we'll go and check in data model why that columns not supporting. Okay, so if the relationship is fine between the tables, so we have to get complete data. Okay, so all tables are connected. So if you want to see the relationship between the tables, so there is a link, right? This link you can select, you just click on that link, you'll understand to which table it's joined. Okay, so see, I told you the relationship here. So one to many, so this this table maintaining one record, this table maintaining many records. So you can see 1 to star. So anybody joining here? Okay, okay. So if I click here, one to many, so just double click on this link. You can see the product and categories, these two tables, right? This category and products. Okay, so it's joined with this category ID and category ID. Okay, and this category, this this is a unique, like a 1 2 3. Okay, this product is mini. Star is nothing but a mini, in the sense this category ID can repeat multiple times. You can see here here one, the unique, but here's are duplicates, in the sense one product can purchase by multiple customers. Okay, so there is a one product called iPhone, so you can also buy, I can also buy. So one to many, the product is one, the customers are many. Okay, that relationship it's maintaining. So you can see here the cardinality nothing but a relationship between these two tables are maintaining star to 1, like many to 1. Okay, so many to 1. Okay, now if these two tables are fine, based on these tables I'll maintain the data. Okay, so I'll take from this category ID, category name, and from this product table I'll take price. Okay, so we will go in the front end. So remember, from these two tables I'm going to take the fields. Okay, so from this category and product, so go to front end. Okay, from here only I can operate. Okay, category ID, product, remember guys. So category name, okay, I'm going to remove this. So again I'm adding table visuals. So category and the product, right? So from the two tables I have to take the columns. Okay, this is category, I am going to add category name. So this is category name, and the products, right? And the products I am going to take product name. See, if the relationship is fine, I will get the data and price. Just extend this like this. See, so in the background, in the data modeling, I join this category ID with this category ID. Okay, so I'm getting the values here. So you can see here in the model, category and product, so these two tables join on this one to many relationship. Okay, so the data is a fine between these two tables, so that I'm getting the data here. See, from this table I'm taking category name, and from this product table I'm taking price and the product name. Is it fine guys? Understanding, right?
Yes, Imran.
Yeah.
Yes, Imran.
So the same way, in the background I can go and see in data model. So these two tables are having good relationship, no issues. Now from this product tables, there is a one more join. You can see two joins are there. We'll go one join here. So which join it is? Order details and a product. So where is the order details? This is the order details table. Okay, so the relationship from product and order details just see product ID. Here also product ID should be there. See, so between this products and the order details there is a common key, common column or common field is a product ID. So joining. Okay, so from these two tables, what is the relationship here? 1 to many, right? This product is 1, this order details is many. Like I am ordering in a online one product, like the same way the same product can be ordered other people's also, right? Other customers also. So like that, this product is 1, and this order details, they'll get so many orders on same product, right? In online or stores somewhere else. So like that, so the relationship you can see here, 1 to many between these two tables. Okay, so this product table joining with this order details, so that I can get the information from the order details, right? So from this order details what I can get? Quantity. Okay, quantity column I can get from this order detail. And go to front end, so I'm adding from order details. Okay, this is order details, right? So quantity column I'll bring into this chart. Okay, so quantity, I just click. See, I got quantity because it's maintaining good relationship with the tables. So now I got quantity also here. Again, sorry, go to data model. So from this product ID, this order also maintaining relationship, so I got some information from this table. Now one more table joining this product. So what is that table? So shipper ID, so this one. Okay, so shipper ID, so joining with the suppliers. So from this I get some information, right? So I get from this table, from this join, it's saying this product table joining with the suppliers also. Okay, so I can get some information from this supplier. So what is that? So I can get country and supplier name. These two fields I can get, because what I am trying to explain here is all tables are individual here. All tables are individual, but each table maintaining relationship with the other tables. Okay, for example, I having okay, fine. So I having a one company, like in that company there is a HR team, managing team, transport team, and some financial team. Okay, so between that teams, like they're maintaining the respective data. The respective data in the sense what HR have responsibilities. The HR will maintain the information belongs to employee. Like manager also employee in that company, and normal developers, testers also employ that company, right? So the HR also employ that company. So what the HR will maintain the data. So employees, employee ID, employee salary, employee date of joining, and employee uh, which team he belongs to. So that information HR is maintaining, and that manager, the employee manager maintain the employee ID and what is the shift timing of that employee and what his responsibility. That information maintained by manager. Next, the transport team, the team is there. So that transport team maintain, like what is the employee ID and what is the employee name, what is his pickup point, what is his drop point. Okay, so that transport department maintaining some specific data. if you go if you go to financial team, the financial team maintain the employee ID and name, and what is his loans, and what is his PF details, and what is his current status, like it's active or inactive, like that. Okay, the financial team. So if I go and ask, because I want to know what is my pickup point. For example, guys, I am my pickup point is from some place like Mahartalli. Okay, so if I go and ask to HR, I'm going to replace my pickup point, like I want to change my location from where currently I'm pick up for the office cab. So is the HR correct person to get the details or change the details? Is HR right person?
No, Imran,
How?
because HR and all, they won't deal with this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, like the HR will having some other information like employee details and salary details like that. Okay, but the right person is a transport guy. So if I go and approach a transport guy, so he will edit the details so that he'll ask you which is your current point location. Okay, and if I go and ask to my manager what is my date of joining, will he have that information? No,
No,
because that department belongs to HR. Okay, if I go and ask to my HR what is my PF details, what is my some like loans details and all, that HR it won't have. That financial team will belongs to that. So the individual teams are performing some specific data, like the HR what access she has, that data only she is maintain. The manager what he can have responsible, that data only he can maintain. Okay, so such a way there is a five different departments and five different data. So the make concept of data model, so think this is HR table, this is finance table, this is transport table, and this is manager table. Okay, these four tables are there, like these four individual departments. Now there is a common key between these tables. The common key I can say employee ID, right? The common key here is employee ID. So I will join these four tables and based on common key called employee ID. So there is a requirement like I have a requirement for this company. I want to develop a dashboard like how many employees are working in my organization, and the total count of male employees and female employees, and how many employees are working in day shifts, how many employees are working in night shifts, how many employees are working in mid shift, and what is the highest salary of that organization or branch, because the organizations are located in different branches. Okay, it can be in tin factory, it can be Martel, it can be electronic city, it can be HSR layout, right? In a different location that can be located. So that information I can, and what is and what is the pickup point of that particular employees, what is the main pickup point of this this branch. Okay, how many male employees are using the transport, how many female employees using the transport, like this all information I want to make it in one single shot. Okay, in one single shot I want to present that information. So that information what, so this all individual tables are there, that individual tables I want to make joins, right? I want to make the relationship that between the table. So the relationship I can say data modeling. Okay, so now you clear the requirement, right? So I want to see the complete information in single shot, like this all individual tables are there, this is one table, this is one table, this is one table, this is one table. So I'll make, I build the relationship between these four tables. Okay, so that I can get, if I click on any employee ID. Okay, for example this is HR table, this is manager table. Okay, so I'm joining these two tables. Okay, so this HR table contains some employee details, what is the salary, which department he belongs to, and what is the joining date. Okay, so manager table, this is, so this is having employee ID and what role, he is a developer or tester, what is his team name, that information manager had. So if I join these two tables, I get the information from this both tables, right? So from this table what information I want, from this table what information I want, that two tables I'm making the relationship, I get the information. If I remove this relationship between these two tables, I get some information only from this table, right? I won't get here. So what does mean? So if you maintain the relationship between the tables, you can see the individual data information in single shot. Like if I click on any of the employee ID or name, it will reflect what is his salary, which location his pickup and drop, and what is his team name, in which shift he is working, okay, and what is a team name, and he is a developer or tester. Everything is can see in a single shot. Is it clear, guys? The example?
Simran.
Yes. If I remove the HR table information, I can't get what is his salary when his date of joining, right? Like that. So the main purpose of building the data model between these tables, I want to see the complete this table information in single shot, so that I'm building the relationship here. Okay. Now, so the front end, this all tables are made and built on relationship, so that the data is coming fine. Okay. Now in the back end, if I this quantity table, this quantity field coming from this order details, right? So this order details relationship, if I remove, so this quantity joining with this product, right? So if I this one, so if I remove this relationship, okay, just right click, delete. Okay, I'm just deleting this relationship between these two tables. So you see, now no connection between this product and order details. Just see. No connection between this ordered products and order detail. Go on front end. See guys, the value is repeating here, 12743, 12743, because there is a one tip here. If there is no relationship between the tables, okay, if there is no relation between the tables, the value, if you add the column, it will take, okay. If you add the column forcefully to the table, this visualization, because this quantity table not join with this product, okay, this quantity or this order table not join with the product details table, but forcefully I took that column into this chart. Yes, the numbers are displaying, but you can see the numbers are repeating. Okay, what I do here, I take the screenshot. You just see the changes now. So the quantity table, I removed the relationship between the product table. The value is repeating here because it's not correct. It's not correct. So again, I go on back end. From this product and order details, I build the relationship between product ID, right? Category ID. What relationship I maintained here? Okay, product ID. Okay, just drag and drop. Just drag and drop. So what is the common column between these two? You can just see. So category ID. So this join with this supplier ID. Okay, this table join with this supplier ID with the suppliers. So here product, okay, this product ID. Okay, here also product ID is there, here also product ID is there. Just take this product ID and drop here. Okay, see the relationship build. Either you can take this product ID and drop here, either you can take this product ID and drop here. Okay, so now I build the relationship now between these two tables. Okay, go and check in the front end. See guys, before when I removed the relationship, see the quantity here 12743 12743, like the sum it was repeating for every record here. It's not correct, right? Now because I removed the relationship between the table, now you can see when I build the relationship back to the table, you can see for this category name, for this product name, the price is this and quantity was 159. See 347 341 266 239. When I remove the relationship, the one value is reporting. What is that value? See here the total quantity sum, it is like count. That count was repeating here. Is it clear guys? Any doubts here?
No, Imran.
All of you? Grish, Jamir?
No, Imran.
Okay. So I built the relationship perfect between the tables, so I'm getting correct values here. Okay, and remember guys, if there is no relationship between the tables, even though if you forcefully take the columns to show the report here like this, you can see the value will repeat for that specific column if there is no relationship between the tables. Okay, the column will repeat with the one value. The one value is what? The count of that. Okay, that count. So how that count is taking here, you can see I'm using for these tables from category and order details. Okay, so products. Okay, from these three tables I'm selecting one column, right? From this category table I selected category name. From this order details I selected quantity. From product table I selected price. For this selected column are list down here. You can see here whatever columns I selected is list down here. These 4 columns are using for this chart, it's saying. Okay, now if you go and see the individual here, you just, there is a drop down list. Okay, just select here. You can see here don't summarize option by default selected. Okay, don't summarize because that category name is a string, right? The category name is a string here, so don't summarize in the sense what? Sum, count, like that. Okay, the aggregation values. Again here product name also I'm using here, product name is there. Okay, because what it's trying to say here, for this table chart whatever columns I'm selecting, the list of columns all this. Okay, and what it's performing the status it will show you here. Okay, just click on this toggle. You can see don't summarize. Okay, now if I go and see price, you can see for the price sum, for the price is taken sum for this column guys. Okay, for this field by default sum it's taking. In interview they will ask, if you drag and drop the column for the table chart, what is the default aggregate value it will take? The answer is sum. By default it will take sum. Okay, now the quantity also is there. You go and check for the quantity, what is it? See, for the quantity also sum it's taking, but it's wrong. Okay, it should be count. Okay, it should be count. So what I do, count. You can see the values got changed. Okay, for example, when you go for the count, when you go for sum, anybody with any example? When you go for the count, when you go for sum, okay. Okay, So if you go to the bank, so you will fill the check, right? How many 100 rupees, how many 20 rupees, how many 500 rupees you are going to deposit, right? So the 400 pieces you can count, right? How many 500 rupees you have in your hand, that you count, right? If you have 500 rupees with a 5 number of count, right? So you can put 500 into 5, okay? That you can make as a count, okay? Count in the sense, the pieces, the unique pieces, you counting how many pieces you have, okay? For example, your manager asks you to count how many employees are working in your team, okay? 1 2 3 4, like that you do count. You can't sum, right? 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 7, right? No, it's wrong, right? So as per the situation, like you have to do sum on like transactions, okay? The price, like that. The quantity, in the sense, you should make is a count. So that is a difference. So you have to, if you want to count the unique, like piece level, you have to count. If you want to sum, like is a transaction details, you have to do sum, okay? So the default aggregation, when you drag and drop the field into table format, it will take sum, okay? You have to change it here, you have to change it here. Now I don't want price, I don't want price like this. I want to know for this product average value here. So what I do, I go and change here the average. So where is the average? Here, average. See, 18%, 19, 18, right? So this is how. Now the same way, now I make it, is a sum for now, okay? I'll make it sum. And one more thing, guys. So I selected one column, okay? Now, so I have a requirement like, if the price is less than 18 rupees, I want to highlight the color. If it is greater than 40, I want to make one color indication, okay? So now I'm in this tabular format chart. So I want to apply that colors on this column, okay? On this column I want to apply the color. So how we do that? So go to price, here only go to price, just click. So conditional formatting option, guys, okay? Again I'm explaining. If you want to do, this is real-time scenarios, guys, okay? If you want to do for this price, you want to apply the colors on these values on your conditional base. Like if it is 18 rupees, less than 18 rupees, one color. If it is greater than 40 rupees, one color I want to apply. That is my requirement, okay? So on which column you want to apply, go to that column, okay? So for this table I'm using this 4 column, that 4 columns are listed down here, okay? Just select that price column. You can see the option. So remove field, okay? For the specific field, there is this many options are coming, guys, okay? This many options are coming. What action you want to perform, that action you can do, okay? So remove field. If I remove this field, this price column will goes. Rename of this visual, okay? I can rename, okay? I can rename this price is the rate. I can rename of that visual and move up, down. So I can go rename of this field, okay? The price is now, right? I'll give sales, okay? Just see, it will going to change. It's going to change. So is nothing, but you can directly rename here. The sales I can give, okay? Why it's not? this price, rename of this visual, if you click, so it's taking me here. So what I give here, sales amount, sales amount, enter. You can see here, so I just renamed this field. Before it was price, now I made it rename. So like that, just again move is there, right? Move up means it comes to the left side. Like if I click up, see it changes. Okay, the is moving one place to another place. Okay, I'm performing here. Else you can do like this also, guys, here. So I want to keep first category name, just drag and drop here itself. You can see here, so as per my movement, okay, this will change. Okay, so this product name I'm keeping second position. See, the product name comes in second position. The this quantity I'm keeping in third position. This keeping in, sorry, it's not, let's try. See, quantity I keeping in third position, the sales I'm keeping in fourth position. Okay, so the Power BI, guys, so whatever, see, if I click on this, the options are so showing this many options you can perform on this specific field. Else if you right click also, it will show. Okay, if you right click also, it will show. If you click on this also, it will show. Now, so up and move is the position of that column. Okay, now add quick line. So just select here. So here, so it's say I'm using sum right here. So y-axis, so this is in y-axis, the price, right? The original column name is a price. So select if here y-axis in the sense this one. Okay, but for this requirement it won't suit, so don't touch this now. Again I'm going to sales amount. So what my requirement is, I want to present the column, the sales amount column is nothing but a price column. I renamed the price column as a sales amount column. I want to make some conditional background and formatting the background color. Okay, just click on background color. It's saying you can format style, guys. This is a format style, apply to visuals only. Okay, in the format style you can select what style if it is. It's a field value. Okay, it is value on totals. Okay, so here the option based on your conditional option, it will perform. Okay, so my thing is gradient and values only. Before, this is a default option. Okay, this is a default option. What field should we base on this? Okay, on which field you want to perform that color? I'm looking on sales amount, right? So where the sales amount, the original name is the price, right, guys? The price is a original name. Okay, the sum of price. Okay, what field should we base on this? So I'm selecting sum of price. Okay, this is a sum of price. And for custom, what is the minimum amount color you want to enter? So what is the minimum amount here? 18 rupees, for example. If it is 18 or 10 rupees, so enter the value 10 rupees. For 10 rupees I want to indicate the color this. Okay, for max amount, I want to indicate the color, like if it is 20 yeah, if it is 15, okay, if it is 15, the color is this. Okay, just click on OK. It's not coming. Okay.
I think you clicked on cancel, Imran,
I made it cancel.
instead of OK. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. Background color. Okay, I'm going to apply on this sum. Okay, for lowest value. So it's by default it's taking here. Okay, sum of price. Okay, so this for this column performing sum of price, right? And summarization is sum. The for lowest value I give here. By if you want to leave by default, you can keep it like this. So for lowest values I am giving this color. Okay, for highest values I am giving this color. Okay, just make it okay. See, so in real time you may use like this. So see, for highest value I given this, for lowest values I'm giving like this. Again, if you want to make more analytics on this, just go conditional formatting, again background color. So based on this you can see the colors is like, if you click on this, see the color is increasing, decreasing, like light white color. So based on your values the color will show. Okay, and the same way if you want to remove this conditional formatting. Okay, if you want to remove this conditional formatting, and if you add one more, like a background color I added. Now font color, if you want to make it font color, like font is what, 18, 19, so this is a font color, right? 18, 19, 18, like that. So I just given, so for background color of that specific color. Now the font color also I can give. The font color I give, one is white color, else I'll give this, and for highest I'll give this. Okay, so variation. See, so that is not fit, so I'm going to change black. Okay, conditional formatting, font color I'll give black. For this I'll give any dark color, like this. So not required this. I'll give any of this. Okay, now so that is one thing. The same way on this column I'll make it conditional formatting, data bars. Okay, this is also very important, right? Data bars. So for lowest values, for highest values, so data bars I selected, right? So data bars I selected. So if I click on OK, see here something has been changed. Based on value the bars are coming. Okay, you can see there are a lot of things, guys, and you have to do each one. Okay, you have to do each one again. Now I have these 4 reports. I want to make action, like I don't want to click like this manually. Okay, I don't want to click manually like this. Okay, like my requirement is I want to operate from this table to another table. Okay, so I'll keep it the name here. The buttons I'm going to add. So here you can see in insert the buttons. Okay, here the buttons tab is there, so just click. So I'll give blank. Okay, first blank button I'll select. So I'm keeping here. Okay, so currently I'm in this blank button. Okay, else, so from this button, I want to navigate this product analysis sheet. Okay, from this button I want to navigate to this product analysis sheet is, remember. So where I can place it, this I'm going to keep it here. So always the next button should be here in the corner. Okay, it's a depends on requirement. So I'm going to remove this. I'll place it here. Okay, I'll place it here. So I'm in button option, right? I'm in button option, like a button visualization. You can see the button related options are came here. So if you remove, again I'm telling, if you remove, see, got. So I'm selecting button option. The right side you can see the options you may get. Okay, so I'm selecting blank, guys. Here there are left arrow, right arrow, reset, back, information, help, this many are there, but for my requirement, like I am going to select blank button. This all buttons only. Okay, this all buttons only will go one by one. So now my requirement is, if I click on this button, okay, this, so if I click on this button, this page has to be activate. Okay, so that is my requirement. So I'm making this. Okay, now you can see here the button where I place the position is showing. Okay, the button where I place the position, if you move here, you can see the values will get changed. See, now fill. So the button, what color you want, so I am going to give you a color here. Okay, for this, and the outline is on, so I am giving a outline like the size of this. Okay, outline. The title important, right, for this. So where this, okay, the title. So what button is belongs to the title you want, right? So I'm going to give title like PRODUCT product sheet or product report. I'm giving like this. Okay, and if you want to give like this also, you can give. Okay, you can see here I'm making like this. Okay, just click again. So guys, if you click on this empty canvas, the options will goes. If you select the specific visualization or KPIs or chart, it will comes into the picture. Okay, so I'm selecting this. Now the action I have to give, right? So if I click on this button, this product analysis has to go. Now come down. So there is a action, just on that action drop down. Okay, so what action you want to perform? So I want to activate the sheet, right? If I click on this product analysis sheet has to be activated. Now select page navigation. Okay, if you select the page navigation, remember how many sheets are available, that many sheets comes here. Okay, you can see with the name of that, you can see guys, the list product analysis sheet is there, product analysis sheet, country sales there, country sales, sales analysis, right? So I'm going to select this sheet. If you have 10 sheets, the 10 sheet names also will display. So what sheet you want to select, that sheet you will select here. Okay, now enter. Sorry, I selected this. Okay, no, that's it. Okay, now if I click on this, it has to take me product analysis table, and guys, it will directly tell you control plus click this button. Okay, just control, select the control button, click. Okay, control button. See, this took me to product analysis sheet. Next, same way, one more button I will create. The same way, one more button I will create. So you can copy paste. So I just copy paste, guys. Control C and Control V. Okay. So I'm giving country sales. The name of this country sales I'm giving. I just copied this button and pasted here. Okay. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to change the title name. What is my title name I can give here? What name? What sheet I want to? Product analysis, right? Sorry, country sales.
Country sales.
Country sales. Okay. Now I given the title. Now what action I have to give for this button? So action is, I have to select page navigation is, I want to keep like that. So I want to give country sales. Okay. Now if I click on this button, it will take me to country sales. Okay, just select control, click on this button. See, country sales. The same way, I'm going to add one more button called sales analysis. So just select this, Control C, Control V, bring this button in same position. Okay, give sales analysis. So I'm going to rename of this title. Okay, I'm giving sales analysis. Okay, now the action also I have to give, right? So if I click on this button, on which so action, so I have to go action. So I have to select an action button, which tab it is, sales analysis, right? So I have to select sales analysis. Okay, just click here. Now press control, and you can see, guys, if I am not press control, see, it's taking arrow mark. Okay, and it's saying control plus click here to follow the link. So I just click on control, enter. You can see here this. Now I don't want to touch these tabs manually, guys, because the application works as in flow, right? It should be like a dependency. Like if I click on this button, it has to navigate proper sheet. Now I want to come back to home page. Okay, this is my home page. Okay, this is my home page. So if I want to come back to this home page, that also I have to create the button, right? Now I will put here one button. Okay, just go to button, again blank, I'm taking blank. So I'm keeping here the home. And one more thing, guys, here you can insert the image also. Okay, for this button you can insert the image also. Now the action, what I'm going to give, the title name is
home button.
Okay, home button. So here so the background, okay, I click black. Okay, home button. Now the action, so if I click on this button, it has to come to summary sales. Okay, so on the action, so what is page navigation, so I'm selecting what type of action you want. Page navigation I want. Okay, from this summary sales. Okay, so it's done. It's done. So if I click on this, it's take me the main sheet. Okay, if I click on this, it will take me product analysis. So here also I want to keep home button. Here also I want to keep home button. So same. So I can give, and this is a immediately back sheet, right? From this sheet only I can navigate back. See here, back is here, right? So just select a back. Place it here. Okay. So if you control and see, again I'm telling, so I'm using this button back. Okay, because this sheet is immediately next to this, right? In the sense back sheet, right? So I can, else you remove this, go to buttons, take again blank. Okay, you just give the name of this button, a title I'm giving here as a home. The title I'm giving home. Okay, next in the action, just on this action, so there is a back and page navigation, right? So this is good practice, guys. Page navigation, which tab you want to go? The summary tab. Okay. Just enter. Now see the same way. So for each sheet I have home button. For country sales still I didn't add. Okay, I'm going to add here also the button. So go to buttons, sorry, go to buttons,